So when she checked in under her work crew. So her name was never in the computer at all. And she checked in with her boyfriend because I'm actually the one that checked her in. But I didn't see a child. It wasn't a child at all when I checked her in. So I know she did tell the officer that she had picked him up 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I think she said it was like 3 days ago before the incident happened that she had picked up the little boy, her son. So a guest that came downstairs, a guest was staying here. He came downstairs. Now the first time he came downstairs, he didn't mention his little child at all. So then he left and he came back and he said it's a child standing outside on the balcony and I don't see an adult. And I was like, what? Because we're not required to like walk around the property and check the property out. So I'm like, what? So I said, go. I asked him. I said, can you go and get the room number? So when he came back and he gave me the room number, I'm like, okay, it's a company. It's a work crew. So who child is it? So he said, I'm gonna go back up there. So he went back up there. He ended up going inside the actual room. When he went inside the room, the child was trying to turn the TV. He was trying to fix the TV. I even have a video because I'm a blogger. So I did a video. I actually did a video. I was actually on live the whole time. From the time of the guests coming downstairs telling me. So I ended up going up there and I asked one of our workers because I was like, is this your child? Because we have workers, like Mexican guys that work out here. So I'm like, is this your child? And he was like, no. So I asked the little boy, I said, well, where's your mom? And he said, she's at work. And I said, so you been here by yourself? And he was like, yeah. He was like, for the past 2 days, he was like, I've been staying here by myself. He said, but I've been okay. He said, today was not a good day. He said, somebody had came on the TV screen and it had scared him. So I was like, well, I got to call the police. And he was like, no. He said, please don't call the police. I don't want to get my mommy in trouble. But what was I supposed to do? Let him stay in the room? I'm a parent myself. I have 2 boys. So I said, I called my boss. I and I told my boss to come to that room. My boss came to that room. And my boss told him, he was like, you need to go to the front desk. He was like, go to the front desk with her. So I called the cops because really I didn't know what time his mother was coming back. She had a do not disturb sign on the door, so that was obviously, so wouldn't nobody bother him or wouldn't nobody know that he was actually in the room. So he came down here with me. I asked him, have he ate? He said no. So I gave him a bag of chips. That's the only thing I had. So I gave him a bag of chips. He ended up eating the chips and, he was just talking. He was telling everything about his mom, but he didn't want her to get in trouble. But I did call the cops, and the cops came and they talked to him. He didn't know his mama's phone number. He's 7, but he didn't know his mother's phone number at all. And I even volunteered. The police took my information. They even took my driver's license, but I even volunteered to keep him like that next day because she told me that she had a case. She said he had a case, and she said that he didn't live with her. She told me out of her own mouth that he didn't live with her. Oh wow! So she lied, and she said that she had to go to court. So she did have to go to court for child neglect, but he was living with her. Okay, so while she was working down here, she just had someone else watching it. And he kept saying he lived in a different part of North Carolina. He said he lived in the forest. But he was very sweet. He was, he was a very cunning child. Could you hold? Thank you for calling Quality Mean. Yes, we do. The rate actually changes. The rate tonight is $89.95 tonight. It'll be higher tomorrow. Okay. Oh, okay. How many of y'all is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we have plenty of rooms. All right. I'm sorry, ma'am. And so when she ended up coming up. She ended up getting out of the truck. Now her story was she had been there. She just went to her job site to get some gloves or something. I can't remember what she said that she had went to the job site. But there's no way she had just went to the job site because it was a guest and he was watching. So he would have said, okay, well, I seen a parent leave or I seen a parent go out of the room. He never said that. And the whole thing is, nobody was never trying to get nobody in trouble. It was just thinking of the child. Like I said, I have children of my own. And, people have been asking me, have you seen the little boy? Which I did see him the next day. He came and gave me a hug. And he was all happy. And he was smiling and everything. So she left her. So she didn't show up for court. And the crazy thing about that, the crazy thing is the social service department, the DCF here in Elizabeth City, they didn't even come out at all. They didn't come out. And he was saying that his dad put him out. He was like, my dad put me out. Hold on. So they were staying in Virginia. Well, the work crew is still here, but I haven't seen her. So basically, she stole him. Because she knew if she would have showed up for court, they would have took him. Because this is her second offense. Yep. Well, ma'am, please keep me updated. I don't even remember the little boy's name, but he was sweet. He was very cunning. And he is very, 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 very smart. He's very smart. Yes, ma'am. So please keep me updated. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Update on the little boy.